What's good, everybody? It's Operation Empowerment. It's an empowerment session live. It's your boy, and I got my homies on here today.
Hey.
The Chisolms in the building. Y'all introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Judea.
And I am Harold today.
Oh my God.
Bless his whole heart.
Today. He's Harold today.
Today. Another day he might be somebody else.
Right.
So, we talking about marriages.
But
The raw, unadulterated truth about marriages. Here's my first question. Married
16 years. Oh, it'll be 16 in July.
July.
July what?
31st.
No.
30th.
Thank you.
Sir, I need you to know you got math more than I, sir. So,
Mind business.
That's a long doggone time. That is like
Tell me about it.
Old school. That'll be like 30 years. But
Right.
in 16 years, y'all is the OG. What's the glue that kept y'all together for these 16 years?
What was the glue?
Yeah.
Would it be bad? I don't know. What was the glue?
I'm learning.
I think it was like determination, right? Like we're gonna stay together.
Okay.
Because there were times when, hold the blood of Jesus, this guy. But probably like determination, like you make a vow, you keep it.
Yeah, I think, and then also just being focused on building something greater than us. You know, keeps you focused on staying together and less I guess less it won't be as easy to be distracted with other things when you're focused on building for each other.
So with that, you're speaking of legacy.
Correct.
Because two people come together from two different worlds.
Two, my dude. Two.
Why? That's my turn.
Oh, okay. I'm running in the background, Harold.
Oh Lord, gone.
So I come from the south side of New Haven, man. We call it 4 times, man. Tapping 4 times. I'm from the hill. You know what I mean? We that's what we do over there. You know what I mean? South side New Haven. You know what I mean? Home of the flea market.
Home of the bad grammar.
Home of the get down.
Can't write properly.
So anyway, check this out. So yeah, that's where I come from. I wasn't no horror money. I come from
Slut Nation.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Concrete jungle.
Man.
I'm the oldest of 7 boys.
So we got New Haven, Connecticut. Judea, where are you from?
Tapping 4 times.
What does that mean? Who says that? I've never heard of anyone tapping 4 times.
In New Haven,
we go 1, 2, 3.
We go like this.
Oh, the handshake.
1, 2,
okay.
3,
I'm not
4.
doing those gang related things.
So Judea, where are you from?
Meriden.
See from a Baptist Apostolic Church.
Not Baptist, okay? My grandma will come from heaven to correct you. Not Baptist. I did go to a Catholic school, private Catholic school, from Meriden, but like not the Meriden that it is today.
Okay.
Nah, she from the gang related side.
Sir. It's my turn.
She was the bougie gang related. She had, you know, she was from the side of the train tracks.
This is what New Haven does, right? They don't even let you tell your side of the story.
First of all, you just cut
I let you talk and then I translated what that actually meant.
Continue.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm a pew baby. So I grew up in church Monday through Monday, like church. So I learned, you know, how to be an usher, how to take up the offering, how to open with devotion, how to close in prayer, how to greet properly. And I was I was raised by like a bunch of dudes, right? It's my mom, my grandma, and then my grandfather, my uncles, you know, like a bunch of guys. So I'm a little rough around the edges on that end. But I can't say I was spoiled because the only thing that spoils is milk. That's what they taught me. The only thing that spoils is milk. Okay. I wasn't spoiled. Wasn't spoiled.
So you got a New Haven guy, a Meriden young lady. It's like polar opposites. What made y'all come together?
I was home on break, I think, from college. Or I just got home from college. And he was in the hospital. He wasn't. He was at the hospital. His brother had a
kidney stones.
Yeah, kidney stones. So we met at the hospital. I was leaving the hospital. That's where my mom works, and she fell. So she was getting discharged. Because I was leaving her office. So I was leaving her office. She blames it on me. I'm leaving her office like she's taking forever to come out of work. So I said, Mom, I'm gonna go to the mall and I'm gonna come back and get you when you're done. And go across the street to the mall.
Across the street.
Literally, like walk across the street. And she fell. So I was trying to catch you so you wouldn't leave me. She fell. So you know they had to take her to the bag and whatever. So I'm coming out and there was like a group of guys, all these Black dudes that first of all I didn't know. I know everybody in Meriden. I didn't know them. And I was like, who are these people in this hospital? Right? I don't know them. And so I'm clumsy by nature. So I'm concentrating on not making a fool out of myself and falling, slipping and falling myself. So I'm just to the door, I'm out of here. And then here comes this guy.
That guy.
And he asked for my number.
Yo, first of all, let's stop right there and get down to it.
You did ask for my number.
Yo, she was some church girl walking with the mean switch trying to get her a nigga. That's what that was about. And then hold on, Jack. And then so me and my homie, it was me and old Diz, you know old Diz. Old Diz hit me like, yo, I'm about to bag that. So I trip old Diz, he fall, right? I'm like, nah. So it was gonna be either me and old Diz, like, word up. Like, if old Diz would have got to her first, who knows what would have happened?
It wouldn't have happened.
It was either me or old Diz, Dizzo. You know what I mean?
Diz is like a brother.
Now, but
he
was trying to holler, and then I had tripped him up, fell on his face, and I got them digits.
It wasn't that easy.
It was that easy. She said, Jay Breeze, she said, what she said? She said,
can you remember?
So I said, yo, you got a man? And she was just like,
no, first of all, you didn't even ask. I told you. And then what piqued my interest was he was like, oh, you want me to call him and tell him I'm asking for your number? That was clever.
I mean, that's a player stuff right there. That's a player. That's 4 times right there, player. Let him in. So, man, oh my God. That is a very intriguing story to introduce to the world. +5 in the building. +5.
Say hi.
Say
+5.
hello.
So, hello. You got a guy from New Haven from the gutter sound like. You got Meriden, kind of, you know, the upper echelon going on. Y'all meet, and now y'all 16 years in. How did y'all deal with the different bumps in the road through these 16 years?
Well, that was hard. Like, I think that was probably the hardest part, coming from 2 totally different upbringings, because what I was used to that I thought was normal wasn't normal, like, apparently. And what he thought was normal wasn't my normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole struggling thing wasn't normal to me, right? So we had gotten into an argument one time, And he was like, you know, we gotta go through it, and God is gonna bless us. We gotta go through the struggle. And I remember saying, like, crying, I'm sitting on the floor, I don't know how to go through the struggle. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, your lights can get cut off and you can't pay bills because you don't have money, right? So that was like, what do you mean? What do you mean we're living off a budget? That was hard. I didn't know what that was. So that was like kind of where we clashed, but I also had to lean on him, like, I don't know how to do this. I want to go back home. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not comfortable. I'm used to comfort, and sometimes it just wasn't comfortable.
Wow. So the mentality of the Bible, the good book says, you have to leave and cleave. Do you think that was a hard or easy thing to leave and cleave to each other?
I answered the last one first, so you answered this one.
I think it was easier for me to leave and cleave because when she met me, I was already on my own. You see what I'm saying? So it was like she, you know, when I met her, she was still in the house. Like, she was still being supported. You know what I mean?
Had resources.
And she was being supported. She was in her mama's, she was still in the nest. And then, and they didn't, you know, she was in the nest getting allotted some freedom.
Resources.
You know what I mean? And I already had a kid. I already had my own place. I was, you know, about to, you know, I was deciding on whether or not I was going to LA or Atlanta. You know what I mean? In between deals with Def Jam, you know, all that stuff. So I didn't really, I was already on a path. You see what I'm saying? So I already knew what it was to have to, you know, work hard, balance 2-3 jobs. You know what I mean? You know, I was doing some dirt in the street. Like, I was just trying to eat and survive. You see what I'm saying? And then I was coming out of a place where I just had to survive. So struggle. So to the people I grew up with, I was very fortunate because, you know, I left the hood and got a place and then own a house. Like, to them, they was like, yo, bro is doing this thing, right? So I thought,
to me, that was what you're supposed to do.
She came out of that situation. So it was like, what you talking about, man? Everybody got a house where I'm from. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm from, I'm like, nah, we renting houses. You know, we got the right side of the duplex or the quad, you know, whatever, but
the
shoot.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like we, you know, we got, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have it like that. So to own something, you know what I mean, blew my friends and my family away. Like, to this day, my family, a lot of my family don't own nothing. Like, my grandmother is sick right now. She's just trying to get better just to own something. You see what I'm saying? So that's different. When her grandmother, they owned their house, you know what I mean? Her grandfather made enough money to leave them with some a cushion and stuff like that, and her mom owned the house, and you know what I mean? They can't, that was different. So when we were struggling, it didn't seem like struggle to me. It was just like, yo, this is just part of the journey. Right. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be all right. We just gotta just stay focused, you know, and just stay on task, you know what I mean? And kind of find our way through it. But, you know, that episode she's talking about when she was crying, you know, I bust out laughing because it clicked. Like, I realized
I'm crying.
She crying. She crying. Yeah, she crying. And we
hard
were,
too.
Yo, Jay.
She laughed so hard, I had to start laughing. That's how hard he
listen.
laughed.
It was bad, yo, because we was arguing. Oh, like, heated. And then it just, like, you know how when God speaks to you in the midst of it, you know what I mean? He just stopped me in my tracks and said, she don't know. And I was like, what you mean she don't know? And then it just came to me like, she don't know what this is. What I think is blessing, you see what I'm saying? She thought was hell and hot water. You see what I'm saying? So that made me realize, you know, my ceiling, like, hurt, you know, for my ceiling was her floor.
Mm. That's an interesting analogy.
You see what I'm saying? And I thought I'm moving forward and have a, you know, and I thought I was compared to my situation.
Mm.
To her, she was stagnated and not growing, and she shouldn't be worrying about money. And why is this even an issue? How the heck is my lights getting cut off? What you mean we can't get no money?
So here would be my question. Y'all have talked about the struggle. Was your foundation laid solid enough where the struggle did not affect you in y'all marriage?
It had some sort of effect.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
had
when you're mad at each other, it's just you're mad, and it can cause a lot of bitterness and anger. But I think one of the worst times that the time that we struggled the most, it's probably our happiest time as a couple. You know what I'm saying? Because we only had each other. Like, I moved away from everybody. When we moved to Atlanta, I had my cousins, but my support system wasn't there. And it was really, really hard for me. I mean, I'm nestled, so to speak, in my family. You know what I'm saying? To this day, I talk to everybody every day. Like clockwork. Make sure everybody's good. My mom, my uncles, my dad. You know, I'm always, if my grandmother was still here, I'd be talking to her every day. So to not have anybody to lean on, not even his mom wasn't even there. So there was nobody for me to go to and just have some sense of family. So that made my family, you know, my husband and my kids, that much more important, even though times are hard, you know?
Wow. That's a testament of who y'all are as a unit. When the struggle happens, it will shake everything else. But learning how to lean on each other is probably one of the most pivotal parts that you will actually learn. Because when it boils down to it, it's y'all against the world.
Yeah.
It ain't Pookie them on the outside. It's y'all against the world. So within these 16 years, with y'all path, y'all come from two different sides of the world. You was talking about LA and Atlanta, and folks don't why are you trying to go to LA and Atlanta, sir?
Sir.
Trying to go.
So what?
Why was you trying to go to LA and Atlanta?
No, so my career is in the music business, right? So when I had at the time I met her, I was trying to make a decision on what next steps I was gonna take. You know what I mean? So I had a deal with I was already in a deal with Def Jam when I met her, and I was trying to do good by that particular deal. You see what I'm saying? But then the deal started to get shaky, so I was like, yo, I gotta figure out what's next, you know what I mean? And just so happened, somebody from Atlanta reached out to me. At the same time, someone from LA reached out to me. And so, you know, I chose that Atlanta guy, you know what I mean, and company. And I was in that process. At the time, I wasn't with my child's mother no more, so I was going through some stuff with that, you know what I mean, and trying to understand what it took to you know, just be a baby daddy, and because I love my son so much, you see what I'm saying, and but it was hard because it was either I was with her or I wasn't able to have nothing to do with anything. You see what I'm saying? So I was dealing with that emotionally, had my mind messed up. And then on top of that, you know what I mean? I'm hearing God telling me that I found my wife at the same time. And I didn't even know her long enough to figure that out. So during that time, that's why I was kind of being pulled left and right, trying to figure out where I was going, because I was falling in love here, I was dealing with emotions there, and my career path was pulling me to, you know, the other side of the country or in the south of the country. So it was like, it was one of those situations. Then on top of that, so it was a lot.
So I got two more questions. I'm gonna let y'all talk. How does bringing a child into a marriage affect the marriage?
It depends on the setup, right? Like it depends. If you go in knowing what the other person brings, such as a kid, and you accept it wholeheartedly, then you're gonna do what you can to support the co-parenting of that kid. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily, I mean, you just have to, it's a child. So you can't, it shouldn't disrupt the marriage if you're going into it with the right heart. You know, like I wasn't, my biological father wasn't around, you know, so when my mom got married, he took me and like, I became one of his, like I was his kid for real. You know what I'm saying? So when it became my turn and I gave my stepfather grief, oh my gosh. And he's an amazing grandfather now, like, you know what I'm saying? Like to my kids, but I gave him grief. My mouth, like looking back, it's like, yo, I would have been like, ma'am, I'm leaving you and your child. I'm done. But it for us, it wasn't, because I understood that. You need a car. So it just depends on the heart. Like if it's a woman and you just want your husband, your future husband to yourself, and you're like, man, I don't really have time for nobody else's kid, then that's the wrong attitude to have going into it. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on how you go into the situation. Like he made it
this is happening.
Clear. Sorry.
You okay, Grandma?
So if you go into it with the right heart and knowing what you get into, and knowing, okay, this is my kid. I married you just like I married your bills, just like I married everything you come with. And that child is one. It should be like his son, my bonus kid, has never been an issue for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I've made sure, because I know how, if you don't fight for who you love, then what's the point? Right. So I made it my duty to make sure, I don't care, come hell or high water, like you gonna see your son. Right. A bill just won't get paid, but you go into Connecticut for that court date. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was never like that's your son, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't even let that come out of my mouth ever. Right. Because I've been that kid where I'm not that person's child. And granted, my family, huge family, and I never ever wanted for anything. But when my mom got married, he didn't treat me like I was a step kid. Although I act like one. You know what I'm saying? He didn't treat me like how I deserved to be treated. So I couldn't, I know what it's like to not have your biological father come around. I wasn't about to let him fall victim to that. No. Oh, girl, just gonna be mad because you're gonna be in there, send an email, send another email, send another email, send another.
Yo, listen, lips, man. You too big and too hairy to make those lips, man. You stop doing stuff like that. Making them lips, duck lips on this thing, man. Not my guy. You know my guy don't do duck lips.
Anywho,
duck lips with all that hair on your face.
And it should never be, let me just say, it should never be an issue between the wife and the mother and the son's mother or the daughter's mother. Like it should never be an issue. Like these people made this kid. That's always been my stance. Like I'm not about to get in between. Don't cross no lines, because I don't have to cut people. But if you're co-parenting, yes, quick fast. You know how I am with the knives, honey. But there should be no there shouldn't be no qualms. Like I never had I never had an issue.
Wow. Here's the last question. You brung up about fighting for each other. I've learned in being a divorced man, in hindsight, is a lot of times I didn't understand the whole thing of fighting thing. Because you know, when you get heated in arguments, you can gut punch all day, pow, but you never reflect and understand that you're gut punching a mirror. Have y'all always fought fair when it came to intense times of fellowship?
No.
Yeah, right. Fight fair.
No.
That's when the little bit of hood in me that I have comes out. I
There's
mean, I don't have much.
No, there's no such thing as fighting fair.
I talk fast. I'm a quick thinker. Like,
yeah, so she'll use that to her advantage.
It's fun.
And this frustrates me to the max, yo. Like, it's to the point where I want to just flip tables, throw everything down the stairs.
Cause you know he's normally like calm, cool, and collective, and it takes him a minute to get his thoughts together. Honey, by the time he done thought about the first word, I'm popping. I'm popping off.
Say what you mean what you say. Say what you mean what you say. Say what you mean what you say. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, shut up. I'm trying to say something.
Hurry up and spit it out there. This is the problem. You talk too slow, but now you want me to stay here and just listen to you. Battle for 2 hours. You know you want to talk to me for 2 hours.
And then she get mad childish and start mocking people, making all these ugly faces in the middle of a conversation. I'm like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to talk to you. Oh, you trying to talk to me? Oh, I'm trying to talk. Shut up, shut up. I'm like, yo, you don't stop this mocking me. Yeah. So yeah, no. There's no fighting fair.
He just can't. I remember one time, right? He gets mad because he does stuff. Like when he got me kicked out the hospital because he grabbed the knife out of my hand and it cut him. He had to get, how many stitches you had to get?
I still got them wounds.
How many stitches did you have to get?
I don't remember. I just know I still got them wounds.
He had gotten a lot of stitches, right? So he's getting stitched up, and I'm like, I bet you won't grab a knife ever again. And then he tells the doctor, can you please tell her to get out? And the doctor puts me out. I was like, so, okay. I'm not giving my insurance card up. How about that?
First of all, at that time, neither one of us had insurance.
Yeah, because I had insurance through, I was working at the nonprofit place, and I had insurance through them.
That part.
Yeah, you're gonna stop with these weird noises and duck lips, man.
It was to get my insurance card. You want to kick me out the room?
So, all right, I got one more question. So I seen the little +1, call it +5, y'all people. How did +5 enhance the relationship, the marriage?
How did he enhance it?
Uh-huh.
So first of all, at first, it was a catastrophe. Like he caused a natural disaster is what happened when we found out +1 was
right. It was crazy.
Antarctica's ice is all melted. Okay, that's how bad it was.
Like, we didn't know what was going on. Like
I thought I was dying. Thought I was completely like for real dying. I thought I was out of here. I'm calling my grandma, asking her to pray. Like I can't move. I don't have no energy. I'm weak. I can't stay up. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, your blood must be low." I'm like, I'm dying. It must be that I'm dying. Right? And I was working long days, like consecutive, like 6-7 days, just weeks long, on a big project for work. So I was like, I'm just exhausted, and it's probably whatever fumes are in the air and got to me, and it's killing me. Like I for real thought I was dying, like for real dying. And this one goes, just take a pregnancy test. No, I don't. First of all, I don't need to because I'm on a pill. Second of all, I'm not having any more babies for you. It's done. Like I'm not having more kids. I'm not doing this. Lo and behold,
she was pregnant.
All the way pregnant. And then he's all, oh, I'm be supportive, whatever you decide. Blah.
Then I was like, nigga, you gonna keep this baby?
This is the worst decision you could ever make. Then he blames it on me.
You too old, yo. Then I'm like, you the one skipping all these pills, man. Talk about you can make it up. She would skip pills, bro. She would skip pills and try to triple, quadruple them up.
No, see, he think he was smart and looking at my pills, looking at the wrong package.
First of all, she would just
stay out of my stuff.
She would freestyle pills, bro.
You don't know. I had
freestyle. I ain't never seen nobody that got mad different pill packages. But I know some got a whole week, some don't. Some got 6 days, some got a whole month. She go, whatever's close. Listen, whatever's close, I'm gonna take it. That's how she plays.
As long as I took it.
Wow. Anyway, so yeah, so +1 came. He's a blessing now.
Now we got into I think that was probably the biggest. No, not that was. That was the second biggest. The second biggest argument of our marriage was making the decision.
We were scared. It wasn't just about keeping him.
Don't say we.
You definitely just said you were scared.
No, I did not.
She was scared of her health.
No, you were scared.
Listen, she was scared of her health. And then we got to the doctors. The doctor scared her for their health.
The doctor scared you. Just like this past time, just like this last week, you were the one that was scared, honey.
Whatever, you know, she's lying.
Continue.
Hey. Okay.
Next question.
But he's a blessing now. He's such a joy. We love him.
+5 is a huge. So all of the Empowerment Live session, we give people time to encourage and empower. Harold, I want you to empower the man that knows the struggle, but he then came and met Cinderella. And she's about to blow his whole mind. I want you to give you 2 minutes to empower the woman that meets a man and he swept you off your feet.
He swept her off her feet.
Just empower them. Thank you. I really want every man to understand when you found your rib, it's your rib. You know it ain't your rib because just like any bone replacement or anything like that, when the storm come and it start to hurt you, that means they didn't put it in right. It ain't properly in place. But if it's your rib, it's gonna go in super smooth. And when the storm comes, you're gonna find warmth. It ain't gonna be no hurting. It's gonna feel great. You guys gonna figure it out. You ain't gonna cry about it. Y'all gonna buckle down. Y'all gonna just get it done. You know what I mean?
Here and there.
Might crack here and there, but everybody crack their knuckles. Everybody get, you know, a crink in the neck, but that don't mean you don't love them. That you found your rib, Jack. That's what you got when you found your rib, homie. Your rib, homie.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This man. Go ahead.
Pray for me.
Oh
I was serious up until
that boy. Golly.
All right, man. Your turn.
Everything that glitters isn't gold. This nigga wasn't gold.
I wasn't gold. I wasn't glittering either.
He didn't.
I was rusty I was rusty.
It wasn't like you know, the guy that swept me off my feet was a horrible person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it normally be. Like the guy that sweeps you off your feet is just not too good to be true. But when you connect and when you know, right? Like, but don't run from it. Like, don't be afraid to let someone sweep you off your feet. I'm just saying, don't be afraid to do that. But just when you found the guy for you, or not when you found, because you know they find us. When he presents himself, it don't matter because it's normally gonna be the one that is not your type. It's completely opposite from what you would normally look to. That's the sweeping off your feet. The one that can connect with you mentally. The one that you can say, okay, he's helping me grow. Not the one that's trying to keep you stagnant. The one that's helping you grow as a person. Go for the guy that gives you what you need and not what you want. I wanted a whole lot of stuff. He ain't give me none of it. Not a thing.
Yeah.
Not a thing. Okay. I know what I wanted, but what I needed, yes, absolutely. So just don't be afraid to try. Can you move your arm? Try other things. Try the guy that you wouldn't normally go for.
The guy that's like, yo,
and stick with it. Like,
yeah, that's another thing too, yo. Don't be dating a nigga for 39 years, get married and get a divorce.
Well, if you gotta be dating that long, then it's not bad, honey.
You know how crazy that is? I hate it. People, I got homies, they've been with their girlfriend for 30 years. And then they go, yo, we finally gonna tie the knot. And then get a divorce in a year.
That's play. Like, don't let a guy play with you. You're not nobody's toy. So
yeah, if he really want to be in your life, he's gonna make
the decision. And he's going to tell you, hey, you're the one for me. When they tell you, and not in a controlling, it's me or die, but when they tell you, like, I know you are who I'm supposed to be with, listen to them and then give love a chance. Minus the back pocket when it comes to that. But if it's to sweep you off your feet, keep the other one back.
Oh my gosh. So
just being real.
Last question. I'm gonna love at first sight.
No. For him it was. See that face?
Look, it wasn't no love.
Yes, it was. You already said it. He was like, oh, she walked by and I just had to. When I walked by you, I didn't even notice. I just saw a group of... She's
lying.
No, I'm not.
She's lying.
You wish.
So the answer to the question is no. It became love after we realized that we were the one for each other.
Get out of here.
Listen, we gotta keep it PG. Listen. All right, appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Where can they find the Chisolms on the IG, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter? Where can they find y'all?
You can find all of us at Reign, REIGN, as in Nancy, FMG on everything. Everywhere.
Okay, IG, Twitter, Facebook, alone.
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Like TikTok is our family platform, and yeah, so we all over the internet. Just type in Reign FMG and somebody pop up.
For sure.
But then just know we in this joint. We in this joint. You feel me? We in this thing.
What does that even mean?
I don't even know. I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Y'all,
thank you for having us.
Y'all totally welcome. Listen, I have laughed so much tonight, man. I'm telling y'all, I have known y'all since I don't even know. I give y'all a story. For all my people, the person, when it comes down to musical, all that great stuff, how my mind works, is because of Harold. Oh, wait, let me say. Ulysses Chino Chisolm. He is, man, this brother, he found me in Huntsville. That's all I can say. He found me in Huntsville. And I appreciate this family. Listen, we ain't been through some things with each other. But
now hide me now. Yes, we had now. Yes, we had.
Stop sounding like someone's drunk uncle.
Yeah, somebody, the ones that you have in your old age.
The one. Make your fingers look like this. The one. Yeah. Just give me paralysis.
Give me paralysis.
Oh my gosh. There's gonna be so much editing out. So much. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all for coming on this marriage edition. They are the partners of Operation Empowerment, and we do life together. I appreciate it. Y'all know y'all can check out your boy every day for the empowerment session, every day, all day, on the IG, on the book club, on the face, YouTube club, wherever, we down. We can do our thing.
Don't forget you on my next single.
Yeah. You want to talk about the single?
So yo, I got this song coming out, right? And it's so emotional, it's so soft, but it's the realest, you know what I mean? And it just So my man Jay Breezy came and laid them vocals for me. Oh my God. Him and my sister, May of Earth. All I gotta say is this: the name of the single is called Just Breathe, and it's coming out, and it's coming at you. So pay attention.
For sure.
Get in line, stupid. Whose line is that? I keep saying it. I don't even know. It's someone's radio thing, ain't it? Get in line, stupid. Someone's plug. I need 10%, whoever that is.
To check out Just Breathe. It's been your boy. Peace, love, and
chicken grease.